So, we're in yet another corner of the shop. It seems like every corner in this place has something really cool to see. So this might look like, hey, this is just a little piece of machinery tucked over in the corner. But man, this thing packs a punch. What is it? It's a radius shaper, right? Yeah, you heard me right, radius shaper. We don't do just things that are straight here. We can make curves, bends, all kinds of moldings. Check this out. Fire it up, buddy. So you can see them feeding it. What we're actually doing is making the top rail of a curved balustrade. Just putting a little profile on that top edge there to shed water. Remember what we talked about with water. It's all about down and out. Get rid of that water, use gravity, and get rid of it. This thing's pretty incredible. Get out. You can see there, holding the top of that curved handrail. Now we're shedding that water. And again, we got us a 100-year rail to our balustrade system here that's going to take water really good. It's going to resist rot. It's going to be with us a very, very long time. Really cool stuff. Look at that nice, beautiful curve there. Again, made to whatever specs you throw at these guys. They're doing amazing stuff here. So, check them out. Yeah, so you just saw these guys creating this on the shaper. So, they made up all these pieces. You're probably wondering what they are. We said curved handrail. Well, this is going to be on top of a rotunda, 20 foot in diameter. 7 pieces of this make up a perfect circle, 20 foot in diameter. I want to drive out there and see this stuff get installed. Absolutely incredible stuff. All right, so here's some of the pre-finished product. These guys were good enough to throw out some samples, but I just want to show you here. Look at, we have different dimensions. You know, we can get longer 8-inch boards. We can get 3/4 inch faces on that. So if you want that longer exposure, that deeper shadow line, or if you want that 1/2 inch shadow line, we can cut it to that. And then one of my favorites, you know, you can get that New England bead on that clapboard cut down here. You could do a little nickel gap at the bottom. I mean, the options are endless here. But you can see here, this stuff takes paint extremely well. Looks beautiful once it's installed. You know, check out some of my posts on Instagram, some of my videos of the pool house and such where I've used the BORAL product. It just takes paint phenomenally well. So there you have it. It doesn't get much better than that. So we're almost done here, but before I go, I have to show you this. Being from New England, the Boston area, working on renovations, remodeling projects, I think this is probably one of the most important things that the guys down here at Duration Molding and Millwork do, right? They get a lot of projects where they get this kind of stuff, right? This is typical New England. This is a 4-piece molding. This one actually is stuck together here, but this is 2 pieces. We have that little molding that fits under there. And then this piece that fits up on the top makes that molding. You can see it's those 4 pieces. Now, when you're rehabbing a project in New England and you want to say take that 1850s or 19th century building and turn it into something that's going to give it another 100, 150 years of life, you got to look to the right product. So not only is the BORAL the right product because it doesn't need the back priming and it doesn't need all that TLC that you might need if you were using an alternative product like cedar or something like that. But probably the most important thing is you get to have a guy like Art on your team, right? And what do I mean? I mean, as an architect, I tell the builder, hey, let's just take a little 6-inch, 4-inch section, and we're going to send it down to my buddy Art. And then he's going to take this 4-piece molding, and what are you going to do for me, Art?
We're going to make it as simple for the installer as possible. So in this case, we were able to shrink it down to 2 pieces. So his field installation is a lot simpler for him and a lot cleaner.
Right. So you can see they take that molding and they recreate it, and then they find out where is the place to cut that so that it becomes the most efficient piece that they can create, but also the most efficient piece that the builder can install in the fewest amount of pieces. So in the case of this particular molding, we're going to go from the 4-piece standard molding that they used originally, and we're going to get it down to 2 pieces of molding. But it's going to be that exact same profile, but it'll be able to be installed with half the work. And it's not only about little moldings. Art was kind enough. Look at this baby. Art, tell me a little bit about this one.
This is a historic renovation where it has to be an exact match. So we're matching every one of those pieces, and again, simplifying it where we can. Like this is a 2-piece. This will become 1. This will become 1, and we'll actually provide our lock miter here for them so that their field installation is nearly cut in half.
So let me reiterate this because I think it's worth hearing a second time. You're a builder or architect. You specialize in restoration in New England or down in DC or in Philly, where you name the place. You're working on restoring someone's historic house, and they want these old moldings. And even if they weren't restoring it, if it was just a new project and they're trying to do a repro knockoff of an old historic project, then Art is your man. Because you take that piece apart, you send it down to Art, Art figures it all out, Art sends you back a shop drawing, you say, okay, and guess what? Maybe what, 10 days later?
It's pretty fast.
I got a truckload of material that shows up on the job site ready to install. And not only is it those pieces, but remember what Art just said. He's able to take these 2 pieces and make it 1. So you conceivably can go from a system that might be 8 or 9 pieces to a system that's 4 or 5 pieces. So from an installation perspective, it's that much nicer. And not for nothing, I know there's some really talented craftsmen out there, but you're not going to beat Art's level of consistency for what he can do in the shop to what you can do out at the job site. So, hey, we're going to close this out. This has been an absolute treat to be here touring the Duration facility today. Art, thank you. I'd like to thank my good buddy Keith, the owner of Duration. Thanks for letting me come by, getting a sneak peek. If you're familiar with them, I say keep on using them. These guys are next level stuff. Check them out. For those that have never used it, it's at www.durationmillwork.com. There you go. You know where to find it. Find Duration Millwork on the website. You got a problem, you call Art, you call Keith. These guys are going to solve your problems. They're going to become an extension of what you can do as an architect and a builder. And together we're going to make beautiful buildings that last a really long time. Look for us on the Build Show. But until then, long live our buildings.